Hello all, here's the second set of the notes. So as you can see, we're onto moon and stuff. This unit we're looking at characteristics of the earth, the sun, and the moon, but we're also looking at different things like how they interact with each other. So obviously they never come in contact with each other, but things like the tides, seasons, eclipses, moon phases, seasons, did I say that one? We're doing the basics first, like, okay, what are their characteristics? And then we'll do some of those systems, how do they interact? So, since the moon is a sphere, it is always half lit up by the sun. The side facing the sun is always lit up. Okay, just like the earth. The side of the earth facing the sun is always lit up. That side is day. So if this is the sun, let me see here, and this is the moon, obviously not drawn to scale. The back side is dark. All right, this side is lit up. But the reason we get the moon phases is that we see different amounts of it throughout the month. So the moon is going around the earth. It is always half lit up, okay? Always half lit up. However, we see different amounts of it because based on the position of the moon to the earth, okay? I wish I could be in the classroom and show you this, but if I'm facing the front of the room, so if I'm facing my desk, but I'm standing behind you all, you see the front half of me. Okay, if I'm facing the front of my room and I'm standing on one of the sides of my room, you would see only that side of me facing you. Okay, the front half of me, if the front of the room was the sun, the front half of me would always be lit up. However, you would only see certain parts of it. So it would look like it was fully lit up. It would look like I was half lit up. You know, going around the room, seeing different percentages. Like I said, I wish I was in the room. I could demonstrate this to you. But right now, that's kind of the best analogy I can think of. Each cycle takes 28 days. That's why the months are roughly 28 days. And it starts with a new moon. The new moon is dark. So, I don't know where the eraser is. There it is. Sorry, this isn't going nearly as fast as I wanted. And Kaya's starting to wake up. I thought I was in the clear. Okay. Okay, we're good now. I paused. I gave him a bottle. He's back to sleep. So, adding to my picture here, this is the sun. This is the earth. Not to scale. This is the moon, okay? The side of the moon facing the sun is half lit up. But here on Earth, all we see is the dark side. Okay, so this is new moon is right there. So, kind of what I was doing earlier here. So light from the sun. Sorry, that's a horrible circle, but the sun is right there. The moon is going around the Earth. Notice how the same side is always lit up. However, this is why we see the moon phases, starting with new moon. So this one up here, all we see is the dark side. Then as it goes around the Earth, you know, we see a little bit more. So new moon, waxing crescent. Waxing means getting bigger. First quarter, sometimes it's called first half. It kind of just depends. Like, I don't know if it's a regional thing or what, but it depends. Waxing gibbous. Waxing, once again, means getting bigger. Gibbous is this kind of not quite a full circle yet. Full moon. So, full moon is when it is on this side of the Earth. All right, we see the lit up side. Then going to waning gibbous. Waning means getting smaller. So, but it's that same almost circle shape. Then last quarter, or sometimes I've heard it called second half. And then the waning crescent. So waning means getting smaller. Notice too how it always gets lighter from right to left. So the light goes from right to left, and then the darkness comes right to left. All right, so it goes, yeah, look at the pictures here. It goes in a pattern here. Right, like I was saying before, waxing, getting bigger, waning, getting smaller. This here has the names on it, has what they look like. I think if you're waxing your car, you're putting something on your car. That's kind of my weird way to remember which is which. If it helps, it helps. If it doesn't, think of something else. But here's what the moon phases look like. This is what it would look like actually, the moon, not just me drawing circles. All right, the moon is spinning. But remember, we talked about this last week. It spins slowly. It only spins about once a month. So since it's spinning the same time or the same speed that it's going around the Earth, we usually only see the same side of the moon. Usually we do see the same side of the moon. So we don't ever see the side that's facing away from us just because the moon here is spinning the same speed that it's going around the Earth. So we always see the same side. All right, eclipses. A solar eclipse, when the moon's shadow falls on the Earth. The moon is between the Earth and the sun. So here's the moon. We have the shadow here is falling on the Earth. It's a very small shadow. Remember a few years ago when we had the solar eclipse? First of all, it can only happen in the daytime. Okay, if you're over here in the nighttime, you cannot see the solar eclipse because you're on the wrong side of the planet. But remember when here in California, we could only see like a part of it because it only puts a very small shadow on. All right, so we could see partial where we were, and there were some parts of the Earth that could see a really full shadow for a little bit. But the moon is casting a shadow on the Earth. This drawing is not to scale. Okay, this is just so that it fits on the slide. There's different parts of the shadow, the umbra, penumbra. I don't think you might see that in the lab later this week, but it's not a huge deal to know which is which. A lunar eclipse. This is when the moon is then on the other side and it passes into the Earth's shadow. So this, you can only observe, it can only happen at night. You have to be on the dark side of the Earth in order to see this. All right, if you're over here, you cannot see a lunar eclipse. This is also, see how the shadow is much bigger. It's a much more complete eclipse. It's not a teeny tiny shadow falling somewhere on the Earth. It's the Earth blocking the moon. Now, the sun, I see this on quizzes, I see this on homework, never ever goes between the Earth and the moon. We will have met at a very, very disastrous end if that ever happens. So the moon is either between the Earth and the sun, or the Earth is between the moon and the sun, but the sun never goes between the Earth and the moon. Eclipses, you'll see this later in the video too. They're so rare, the orbital planes are slightly off. All right, so the Earth, we like to draw, sun, moon, Earth, where they're all in a nice straight line, but they're not in a nice straight line. The moon, let me change colors a second. Its orbit's a little bit off. So, the orbit around the Earth is kind of like this. So it lines up sometimes when there's an eclipse, lines up about twice a year. And once again, it's a smaller shadow, so we can't always see it. So if it was all in the same elliptical plane, if it was all lined up perfectly, we would have a solar and a lunar eclipse every month. When it was a new moon, we'd have a solar eclipse. When it's a full moon, we'd have a lunar eclipse. But however, since they are offset a little bit, they only line up about twice a year. All right, so those are the notes for today. So we're talking about eclipses, talking about moon phases. You can expect the activities later on to be about this. You'll watch a video about this. Yeah, let me know if you need anything. And hopefully I will talk to you soon.